Hey guys, we are back at it again on my floor with another video. This time I don't have makeup on though because we are doing a get ready with me talking about fast fashion. Before we get into the video, like always, I'm going to apologize for any noise because I'm just in a noisy area. I also want to apologize for lighting. It's not great because I don't have a great setup, and also video quality, sound quality, not great. This is on an iPhone 8, but we're making do with what we can. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So I'm gonna start with I'll try and link stuff below, but whatever. Anyways, I'm starting with moisturizer because I got sunburnt and I am peeling really bad. Anyways, so the reason I want to talk about fast fashion is because I feel like that's something you need to talk about as a fashion YouTuber, because if not, then I don't know, it just leaves people up in the air how to feel about you and what videos they want to watch from you. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. I have a split view on fast fashion. So the bad parts, we'll start with that. Wages. They need to start paying living wages to all of their workers, but that would take away the number one aspect of fast fashion, which is the price, the cheapness of it all. And if they start paying people more, then they're gonna have to bump up prices, and then basically their entire business model falls apart. And then bad thing number 2, is this foundation gonna come out? Is the fact that it is so terrible for the environment. Everything about how they produce the clothes is terrible. The rate at which they produce clothes, the manufacturing of their clothes, it's just all bad for the environment, which sucks. I mean, but again, if you start, changing it, it's gonna change how much they spend on manufacturing, and then that's gonna change the price of the garments, and people aren't gonna want them anymore, because the whole point of fast fashion is that it's cheap and there's constant output. So, with that being said, there are a few good things to fast fashion. Number 1, it's cheap. Now, the way that it is made, to be cheap, is not good. But if we are just looking at the price, we're just looking at the consumer, it's good that it's cheap, especially because, wage gaps and just a lot of people need cheap clothing. And look at H&M. People are able to buy nice business wear for cheap, which is good for people who are working office jobs and can't afford a full-on suit. It's a good thing. I think also another good thing is I think how much it contributes to the economy is good in a way, but it's also terrible in the sense that it's going to be very hard to get rid of. But, I mean, yeah. So, the way I think about fast fashion is we can't fully get rid of it for a long time. It's going to take a while, especially with the way that people are going about it. I mean, look at slow fashion companies like Reformation. They're considered an ethical brand. Their stuff resells for $200. Sorry that I'm really staring, but I'm only using my camera as my mirror. Their stuff resells for more than I make in a week. how is that supposed to reach everyone? Like, I get paid above minimum wage, yet I can't afford the clothes probably ever. Like, even if I wanted to save for something, like, it's not gonna happen. And so I think not fast fashion, ethical brands really need to become more for the everyday person, because right now it's definitely for the upper class, and it's not gonna make its way or trickle down to anyone else if they don't adjust their prices. With that being said, for some, yeah, they can't do it because the only way they're gonna make a profit is charging that much money for their clothes. But there's a lot of companies that upcharge like crazy, and they can't stop. But I think more brands need to come out that aren't gonna do that, that genuinely just want what's best for the consumer and for the environment. Thrifting, I think, is a big thing too. Like, everyone's like, well, why would you buy from fast fashion if you can thrift? Not everyone can thrift. I mean, friggin' go to LA, you're not gonna find shit because all these YouTubers are going out and buying everything and then reselling it for $60. Like, how are you supposed to thrift in an environment like that? And I think it's happening in a lot of places. And that's kind of my issue with Depop, is like people charging so much money for a shirt that they probably bought for like $1. And a lot of people on Depop, I feel like, are making their living off of there. And of course they're not going to lower their prices. They're not going to have low prices because that's how they're making money. That's how they're surviving. And it's fucked because, you know, you have all these people that are low income that used to go thrifting that can't anymore because these people are coming in, taking their stuff, and I don't know. Then they're just getting griped at for going to fast fashion places because they shouldn't be doing that. It's bad for the environment. But they can't afford anything else, and they can't go to thrift stores because people are buying them out. I don't know. It just annoys me. Everything is about making money. In either industry, it's all about the money, and nothing good ever comes from that, in my opinion. So where I stand with everything is, you can buy from fast fashion as long as you like plan on wearing that item a lot, because I feel like at that point, not only is it worth the money, but it's also making up for the cost that it had to the environment. I don't think people should exclusively shop from fast fashion, and I don't think you should shop there like a lot. You know, make your beginning of school year shopping, or, you know, you're starting a new job shopping, but like don't go there for a while. And one thing that would help with that is like if people start taking care of their fast fashion items, because a lot of people are like, oh, it was so cheap, I'll just throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, done. But I mean, it's kind of common knowledge that your items are gonna shrink. Most likely, if they're cheap, they're most likely to shrink in the dryer. Especially with things like dresses, shirts, like they're bound to do that. And so I think a big thing that we could do is start hang drying stuff. Like, I do that all the time. I will not put my H&M dresses in the dryer because I know for a fact that they will shrink. And because I bought them and I want to wear them and I know how terrible it was for the environment, for the production, I think it's only right that I try to keep it alive as long as possible. Another thing is, if we stop completely buying from fast fashion brands, like we just cold turkey it, everyone, what are the garment workers going to do then? They don't have a job to go back to at that. Like, there's nothing else. Sure, like, they could go to a sustainable brand, but how long is it going to take them to get there? How many sustainable brands are out there that are hiring? And, like, for some people, it's just not that easy to get a job. Especially out there, you know, there's a lot of competition because, you know, there's however many other people that got laid off from there that have your same skill set. So who's to say who gets the job? And I think we really need to think about that, because the more they lose money, the less their garment workers get paid. It's a double-edged sword, really. All of it is. There's no one right way to do it, no wrong way to do it. Well, there kind of is a wrong way to do it, but, like, you know what I mean. It's just, everything's a double-edged sword. No one wins, no matter what, and I think that's why we need to find a balance. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm just 18. I only know about fast fashion because I watched a few documentaries and a few YouTube channels talk about it. What the hell am I qualified to talk about? Nothing. So, yeah. But I think people just need to stop being so, like, mean about it. 'Cause, honestly, you don't win anything by being mean. That's a fact. No one likes the mean ones. Why do you think no one listens to angry vegans? And I think when you're mean and when you're angry, you lose not only people to help you, to follow you, to support whatever cause you're going for, but you also lose your best points because you're so caught up in everything that you're not even doing the best you could if you would just take a second, calm the fuck down, and, you know, support other people. Yeah. I don't know, again, who's to say? Who the frick knows? There's just so many people that are affected by fast fashion, and which is so weird to say, because, like, it's just clothing companies, but there's so much more to it than that. Ugh, it's just annoying. And I think greed is just a messed up thing, and that's what this is all encompassed by. You know, every industry is just greed. Why do you think the United States has such a shit healthcare system? It's run by greedy people, greedy companies. It's all about money. This is not where I thought this video would go, by the way. Like, I'm not even done with my makeup, and I feel like I'm done talking about the topic. So, what else can we talk about? Depop and Poshmark. Dude. You're selling used clothes. Why are you selling a t-shirt for $50? I mean, come on. Come on. I just don't, I will never understand the concept of selling a used, raggedy-ass, old, like, gym t-shirt for $50. Like, okay, I get it. It's vintage. It's one of a kind. It's a piece of fabric. All it does is cover you up. Why are you charging $50 for it? I can see the sweat stains on it. No. No. And then people actually pay for it, which is the craziest part. Like, I don't know. I try to make everything on my store, like, affordable. The only time I will charge more than, like, $20 for an item is when it was, like, genuinely expensive. Like, I had a Dior vest listed for $70. I sold it in a 5 for $25 sale that I was doing on my store because it's not about the money. For me, it's about the fact that when you donate items to thrift stores, like, a lot of the times they're just gonna throw it away or they're gonna ship it to, like, Africa, which I'm just saying that because, like, that's what I saw in the documentaries. They ship it there, and then they're, like, overwhelmed with all the clothes that are being shipped to them because everyone in America decides to donate all of their clothes and just buy new ones all the frickin' time. And then they have nothing they can do with all of those clothes, so then they just have to put them in an open landfill and burn it. Like, how terrible is that for those people? One, their health is going to shit. That is terrible that, we do that to them as a nation. That's just completely messed up. And then, on top of that, how bad it is for the environment with them having to do that. Like, it's an open landfill. They're just burning shit in the air. There's no other choice, but, like, no. So that's why I sell items. A big part of it is because I want to make sure that the clothes are going to a happy home and that, they're not going to a landfill. Like, yes, I do donate clothing because as someone who does thrift shop, is that right? Thrift shop? I thrift? Anyways, as someone who shops at thrift stores, I feel like it's part of my duty to give back, to replenish. Of course, there's a ton of replenishment already happening, but I still do it. It makes sense in my mind. But I just think that we need to slow down in our waste as Americans, as a society, as a world, and just friggin' use what's already out there for the most part. And I get it, like, new trends are gonna come and go, but I think we also need to make it normal to not go with trends. Like, trends are way too big of a deal now. They just need to stop. Like, what the heck? Champion used to be like $5 at Walmart. I remember that shit, but now it's like 50 freaking bucks for a sweatshirt from them? No, thank you. So, it's just our entire society. Everything is messed up. Where was I even going with that? Oh, yeah. Poshmark and Depop. Shit, this is a terrible video. I'm sorry, you guys. We are all over the place. I should have made talking points. But anyways, another thing that's wrong with them is just, like, why would you want to make your living off of that? Like, I don't get that. There's so much instability, and how can you just not feel bad about going to a thrift store, buying up everything that you see that you know is worth money, that you know people want, and then upcharging by like 1,000%. I don't get it. I really don't. And with all the money that I make off of Depop and Poshmark, which really isn't that much. I don't make a lot of money off of it because I don't want to say a lot, but I do have items that just don't sell. And, I do list things quite low, so it's not like I'm making $100 or anything. But all of that goes back into this channel now. It used to just feed my spending habits or like go towards my college. Now it's going into this channel, so I feel like there's a purpose. It's not just for me. It's not about me. Oh my god, my forehead is peeling so bad. Oh my god. Y'all, like, look at that. That's so gross. Like, none of the makeup is picking up on it. Ugh. I hate sunburns. So, yeah. This video is all over the place. What do you guys think about, like, Depop and Poshmark? I think they were great at one point, but now it's too out of control. People are going crazy. They're going ham, and I don't like it. I always try to find people who aren't going crazy on it, who don't upcharge on anything, and they kind of have the same mindset of, like, just trying to find a happy home for clothes and just trying to, make people happy by, like, giving them stuff, because I do think it's a great tool for shopping and stopping the wide effects of fast fashion, the wide reach, and it's just turned into a greedy system like fast fashion. Yeah, I don't know how to change it though, because, like, again, once you start going after it, like, you're affecting people's livelihood, and, that could be a terrible thing on one end and a great thing on the other, but who's to say which is worth more than the other? I mean, oh no, I got mascara on my eyes. I don't know. It's a filled topic, but like I've said before, to wrap up this video, I think that it's a double-edged sword. I think if you are going to buy from fast fashion, make sure you're taking care of your items, so they last as long as possible, and make sure that you actually love them. Don't just buy things for the sake of buying them. Don't just buy it because it's on trend. Make sure you actually like it. Make sure you're going to wear it. Make sure you're going to take care of it, and make sure that you find a good way to get rid of your items, whether that's selling them. I mean, donating's not the best, but it's better than straight up sending it to a landfill, because you can at least hope that it isn't just gonna end up in the landfill. Anyways, this was a hot mess of a video. This was a long one, but we did it. We're done. So I hope you guys have a lucky day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.